Good day, everyone. Today we are going to discuss the history of art, particularly prehistoric, Egyptian, Greek, and Roman arts. This lesson examines how prehistoric people used art to depict daily life, analyzes the historical, political, and social context that shaped major art movements, and this lesson also highlights the importance of art in the development of Western culture. Now, at the end of this lesson, you are expected to identify how art was used by prehistoric people to depict everyday life. Also, you are supposed to examine the underlying historical, political, and social context of the significant period, as well as articulate the importance of art to the development of Western culture. Okay. Throughout man's history, there are actually notable artifacts that point us to the idea of man's long study and practice of art. Throughout time, the motivation for the conduct of art varied and changed alongside social, economic, political, cultural, intellectual, and affective changes. So today we are going to discuss the chronological presentation of prehistoric art, Egyptian, Greek, and Roman art. So, ito po yung mga predominant na history of the West and how the Western art scene developed through time. Starting with, of course, the Stone Age. So, uh, may mga archaeological artifacts na na-discover na siguro for the people living during those times, they don't really consider this as art. But when of course they were unearthed, nung na-discover sila, kumbaga parang, okay, this is actually art. Okay? And hanggang ngayon, this still shows us kung paano ba sila nabuhay, kung paano ba yung belief nila, paano ba yung mga practices nila, at paano ba yung mga activities nila noong mga times na yon. So remember, this is early civilization, okay? So when you talk about the Stone Age, this is from 14 BC to 14 to 2 BCE. So pabaliktad yan, alright? The first is the Paleolithic Age, which is ito yung mga pinakaunang years of the Old Stone Age. Then we also have the Mesolithic, and then the Stone Age, which is the Middle Stone Age. And then we have then the Neolithic or the New Stone Age. Now, at in the start kasi, ang mga tao ay nomads. Ibig sabihin, palipat-lipat sila ng tirahan. Hanggang sa naging permanent settlers sila. At nung naging permanent settlers na sila, dun na sila nagsimulang gumawa ng mga materials na pwede nilang gamitin for their day-to-day living. Okay? Ito yung mga na-unearth or ito yung mga na-discover ng mga archaeologists. Ito yung mga materials and kino-consider na artwork na, kumbaga, these are the signs na there was actually an early civilization. Now, there was an attempt to record everyday life through paintings and sculptures that depict humans, animals, and natural habitats. Kaya nga sa mga caves noon, 'di ba? I think I mentioned this before. Merong mga cave paintings. At yung sa mga cave paintings na 'yon, makikita mo yung parang mga tao na pinapatay nila yung mga hayop because yun yung food nila. Alright? Meron din yung mga instances na makikita mo yung mga wall paintings ng mga saber-tooth tiger kasi yun yung mga nakikita nila noon. Alright? Central to the representation of early civilizations would be the establishing of possible linkages among art, religion, and life. So makikita natin sa mga early na gawa nila yung mga yung mga artworks nila. Itong lahat ng ito ay connected sa kanilang religion at sa kanilang buhay. So, tingnan nyo ito. This is Venus of Willendorf. This is actually a fertility statue, okay? So, ito yung goddess of fertility. So, you remember noon, no? Everybody was all praying for good harvest. Kasi pag sinabi mong fertility, good harvest, syempre yung magkaroon ng anak yung mga tao. So, yan yung nire-represent niya, si Venus of Willendorf. Okay, so ito naman yung Lascaux cave painting. So, this was during the Paleolithic Age. Makikita mo dyan, ano? Mga animals yung mga yan. Alright? So, ito yung mga animals na kinakain nila during that time na hinahunt nila. Okay. Then we also have Stonehenge. So this is during the Neolithic. Until now, nag-i-stand pa rin tong Stonehenge. And they say that it is a place kung saan ginaganap yung mga ritual. It is connected to religion. Although, Gaelic by nature siya. Right? So, ito yung mga examples ng mga work during the Stone Age. Now we proceed to the ancient Egyptian art. So when we talk about ancient Egyptian art, it is actually divided into three also. So we have the Old Kingdom. Ito yung mga binubuo ng mga Egyptian tomb sculptures. The pyramids also. Then we also have the Middle Kingdom, kung saan karamihan dito ay mga portrait sculpture and fresco paintings. And then the New Kingdom, kung saan ginawa yung mga sculptures with lifelike features. So Egyptians recognized the integral role of the Nile in their lives. It is this indispensability and utility that eventually led to the belief that the Nile is to be worshipped as a god. With this came the notion that art was something that can be ascribed and associated with religion. Most of the artworks created centers on the social structure and the ruler, which is the pharaoh, and to the gods they believe in. Okay? So the Nile River is actually the life of Egypt. Why? Kasi Egypt is mainly sand, desert. So kung wala yung Nile, walang mabubuong civilization doon, alright? Kasi yun yung source of water nila, which is why they worship the Nile. And for so many times, itong Nile na to ay the Nile River actually nagfa-flood si Nile River. And after the flood, doon nagiging fertile yung land. Okay? So, of course, when you talk about Egypt, ito yung mga Egyptian pyramids. Okay? So, you can see here in the example, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Okay? This was during the Old Kingdom. And the pyramids are actually mga tomb, no? Mga tombs sila. Alright? And marami pang mga pyramids in Egypt, pero ito yung pinakakilala, which is the Great Pyramid of Giza. We also have here the Narmer Palette. So makikita mo dyan, the pharaoh, okay, na pinapatay niya yung isang tao. Then we also have their gods. We have Horus, Anubis. Okay, so meron din silang mga gods. Okay. So here are some of the artworks during the Egyptian period. Okay, so we have here the tomb sculptures. Okay, this was during the Old Kingdom. Bakit sila gumagawa ng mga ganyan? Do you know, by the way, na kapag may namamatay na pharaoh is, pati yung mga asawa niya at pati yung mga servants niya ay pinapatay at ini-entomb sa loob ng pyramid. Okay? So which is why may mga tomb sculptures tayo. Kasi it actually parang naniniwala kasi ang mga Egyptians noon na kung paano ka ilibing, ganun ka din mabubuhay sa afterlife. Okay. Then we also have the colossal statue of Mankura. Then here is an example of a tomb fresco. Okay, so painting yan sa loob ng pyramid. Then we have the god Osiris, Anubis, yung parang aso. Okay, and then Horus, yung parang bird. Okay, this is from a tomb painting during the Middle Kingdom. Then we have the bust of Nefertiri. So si Nefertiri is one of the queens of Egypt. Okay. We now proceed to ancient Greek art. So we have here the geometric period, kung saan dominant ang mga geometric shapes and patterns. The archaic period, which is made up of human figures. Then we have the classical period, which is the peak of Greek sculpture and architecture. And then the Hellenist period, showcasing emotions and depicting reality. So Greeks valued poetry, drama, and philosophy. Hence, di ba, ang daming mga philosophers ang name-mention natin lagi na galing sa Greece, like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Okay. So, nanggaling din sa kanila yung the drama. Okay. So, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Okay. So, ayan. By Homer, by the way. And napakadaming mga drama ang lumabas sa kanila, like Troy, yun nga, Iliad, Odyssey, although those are epics, right? So for those who want to be involved in the arts, painting, sculpture, and architecture, one is required to have a certain skill set and body of knowledge. So, during the early times, in 900 to 30 BC, meron na silang mga schools kung saan na-develop nila yung mga skills nila. So here are some examples. We have physics during the geometric period. Again, we have here a vase during the geometric period. And then we have the red figure Kylix. So this is depicting Heracles and Athena. Okay, again, this is during the geometric period. So, bakit geometric period? Kasi makakakita kayo dyan ng mga geometric shapes. Okay, so yan po. Kaya this is during the geometric period. So here are more examples. So, karamihan ng mga makikita nyo dito ay mga sculptures. So we have here Strangford Apollo. Apollo is the god of the sun. And then we have Mespophorus, or the calf bearer. Peplos Core, statue of Hermes. So Hermes is actually the messenger of the gods. Then we have Venus Brasky. And then the Artemisian bronze. So Artemis is the goddess of the hunt. Alright? So yan po yung mga example ng mga artwork during the Greek period. Now we have the ancient Roman art. So this is the principle of realism in most of their works, highlighting the features of human beings. Roman art encompasses a variety of media, including marble, painting, mosaic, gems, silver, and bronze work, and terracotta, among others. So during this time, na-build ang Colosseum and then ang Roman Forum. Pero ang distinct feature talaga ng Roman art is that they try their best to be realists. Okay, kumbaga kung gaano kalaki yung taong ginagawa nila ng statue, ganon din kalaki yung statue na ginagawa nila. Alright? So that ends our lesson for today. So I hope you took notes. Kasi yun yung gagamitin ninyo when we are going to have our quiz this coming Thursday/Friday. Alright? So, yun na po. And I hope that you stay safe. And don't forget to take a screenshot of our you participating in this online session. Ito po yung magiging basis ng attendance natin. So that's all for now. I will see you on Thursdays/Friday.